Chicken, chicken, or chicken. That was a response that my husband gave my son once when he asked what was for dinner. It was kind of his way of giving me a hard time about fixing chicken often during, for dinner time. And, I'm one that I could eat basically the same thing for most meals, but, he likes to have variety, and most people like variety. One of the things when I work with women with nutrition and figuring out a healthy way to eat is I want to do this, but my family isn't always on board with everything, and so we have to work through some of those husbands who are like, I want something other than chicken for dinner. And so the holidays can be a tough time to kind of I hate the phrase stay on track, but that's what people feel like, that it feels like it throws them off. And so today in Turn Your Holidays into Holy Days, it's about healthifying your menu. And it talks a little bit about how to, eat healthy, eat in a way that is healthy and satisfying for you, but also figuring out how to navigate some of the different scheduling when it comes to meals and some of the different things that show up when you're at pitch-ins and gatherings and things like that. Now, since I wrote this book, I've become a certified Moderation 365 nutrition consultant, and I have learned so much more even about eating the same on Monday as you do on Saturday. And it's something that I've been practicing for 10 years probably, ever since I found freedom from being on a diet and pursuing diets all the time to finally living fit and free. And one of the key ways I did that was being coached with Moderation 365 myself and implementing it and then becoming certified in that. But today, instead of going into all of that education, if you want to know more about that, I'll drop a link below and how you can learn more and how we can work together if you would like to implement that. But when we're talking about having a happy, healthy December, just a few things to think about. One is protein. Protein is so important, and so how you can incorporate protein at your meals and your snacks can help keep you satisfied longer. And of course, when you fix a salad, it can be more than lettuce and chicken, and making your salads more flavorful and, just having, that's a way to get your veggies, but also, putting some dried, cranberries on it, maybe some nuts to add some crunch, just in dressing is okay too, right? So many of us, grew up in, an era or thinking that we can't put dressing on our salads, we can't put cheese on our salads and all of that. And so, again, think about what you are doing. You might have a salad with, some extra stuff on it, but you've got those veggies in there and you're doing something good for your body when you're doing that. And of course, we talked earlier in the month about sweets and dessert options and different things that you can do when you fix a recipe for a dessert. So I'm not going to go into that today, but you can read December 10th of Turn Your Holidays into Holy Days for a few more tips on how to just healthify your menu. And just remember, again, two things: be creative. Think about how can I add a vegetable in here, or how can I put some protein in here, or how can I maybe, just cut out a little sugar that it's not going to be noticeable. I'm not asking you to, not enjoy your stuff, but just, you can cut back on a little and it's not noticeable and you're still going to enjoy it. So get creative in some of those ways. And then the other thing, again, is just to do your best. to enjoy it, not to get caught up with it. The more we stress, the stress over it is worse than just eat the cookie. So I want to encourage you, when you take a look at your menu, take a look at what you're doing. Again, we want to have a happy, healthy December, and that does mean that we're feeling good, that our energy levels are up. And so that's why, plenty of water and our protein and, veggies and things like that, and not relying on fast food and processed food and sugar to keep us going. So I hope you can take a couple of those tips and apply them to your healthy holiday, your healthy meal. And I'd love to hear in the comments below if you have a recipe that you'd like healthified. Maybe I can give you some tips on that. Or if there's something that you have healthified that you said, oh, this is just as good as the original, but it doesn't have as much sugar, it doesn't have as much processed stuff, whatever that is. So share that below, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another excerpt from Turn Your Holidays into Holy Days.